All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome. I'm practicing for the MIQ, the qualifier on Arena, which is going to be tomorrow, really, really soon. I mean, I just won the last one like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or whatever. But next qualifier here is here, and it is for the New Capenna Pro Tour. So that happens tomorrow, and I gotta practice. We gotta practice here. I want to try out this Lotus Field Control Deck. It's been very, very popular over the last a few weeks or so. This is Ulrich Gregor Kowalski's list, pretty stock-ish, looks like. General idea here is to play Lotus Field. Now, Lotus Field is a land. When this card was spoiled, I called it out as a card that could be problematic at some point. It took a while. In Pioneer, it was eventually a combo deck, and now we're seeing it here in Historic as a control deck with a little bit of upsides. Lotus Field is a land. EDB's tapped, comes to play stack 2 lands. So it's hexproof. Played straight up, doesn't really do much. It just turns, 3 mana into 3 mana. But obviously, when you can abuse it, it can be extremely powerful. How are we abusing it? Well, one, we're trying to stop the trigger. So you can use Stifle on turn 2 to play Lotus Field and get a double rampant growth, which is an insanely powerful effective control deck. Strict Proctor can also do that, and Proctor is also good against various decks when it comes to play abilities, really good against creature decks. That's very good as well. You can also use Teferi. Teferi, play Teferi, untap Lotus Field, and a land is 4 mana, which is incredible. And now you can keep going from there. That's pretty good as well. All that mana can go into Shark Typhoon and Friends. We also have Discontinuity here. Discontinuity is a 6 mana time stop. I suppose time stop is also 6 mana, but 6 mana time stop. What does that mean? End the turn. Basically, this is a counter spell on your opponent's turn. Also a time walk. You can play this, and the turn just ends, and it goes back to your turn. Now, if it's your turn, this only costs 2 to cast. So why would you want to end your own turn? Well, you play a Lotus Field. Play a Lotus Field, trigger of a stack, end the turn, and everything on the stack just goes away. So another way to stifle the Lotus Field trigger, while also being a card that is good once you have Lotus Field in play, as you can time stop their turn, take your own turn, kind of a time warp effect, which is pretty cool too. So that's the main deck. Sideboard's got some cards in it, some sideboardy cards. You get the idea. Dode's Veto and so on and so forth. But basically, just a control deck here. It doesn't need to pull off the Lotus Field combo, but when it does, it'll be much faster and much more mana efficient. So all these control cards are here: Narset, Teferi, and Friends. Let's give it a spin. We're still Mythic. High Mythic here. We've decayed down to number 8, having not played a day or two. Let's see if we can't keep that in the single digits, all right? Let's go. Brought to you by
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, let's rock and roll. Ooh, the number 6 Mythic player. Nice, that's a match. All right, here we go. I feel like it's going to be a mirror. This name looks familiar, but we're going to keep. Obviously not great, but we're going to keep. It's kind of weird because like the streamers sort of do set the metagame in Historic because there aren't really deck lists. There aren't really like events. It's hard to find actual lists for the format. So, what's up, Colton? All right, opponent mulligans to 6. Yeah, these Vine Purges probably won't be good. We'll see. A Triome, sure. Gonna settle in for Control Mirror here. 7, new sub. What's your name? Where are you from? Welcome. Join Discord up, my friend. Divine Purge. Alright, so we'll see what is up here. Options are cycle Shark Typhoon for 1 or draw 2 with Archmage's Charm. I think I kind of like draw 2 here. Sensor and Farmland and Pathway. So Shark Typhoon for 2 is pretty solid. We're going to play Beach here and just say go. Have the option of Shark Typhoon. We have Sensor up as well. You can cycle Farmland too. So again, these Divine Purges probably aren't going to be too good, but them's the breaks in a game 1. Control Mirror. Opponent will have the same problem. Buckle up, folks. Buckle up. Serious Control Mirror here. Phil from New Jersey. What's up, my friend? Welcome to the Pile Drivers. Happy to have you, Phil. Archmage's Charm. We could Sense of Us. We're not going to. We're not going to. Alright, so they have 8 cards in hand. Historic Kamigawa metagames would be a nightmare if it gets a serious upgrade. What's the upgrade? Right, so they are just Jeskai. So, sure. Recycle. We're going to go for a 2-2 in this one. We're going to try to make this next one a 4-4 to play around Lightning Helix, but I want to get the token to play now and draw a card. Narset. Strict Proctor. Okay. Let's attack. I played a few games off stream in the car, on the phone, at Mythic number 3 where I decayed to. I won 1, lost. I was at 4, I think, and now I've decayed down to 8. So we can, like, Proctor land here. At least threaten Lotus Field. Question is, do we play a tap land or not? Try and rip out a Teferi up a Sensor. And we're going to play a tap land here. See if it's resolved or not. They don't know we're not playing a Lotus Field this turn, you know. So if we had one, it'd be really, really good for us. And it's very cool because the Proctor, because it's a land drop and then a spell, they can't respond to it. So once you resolve Proctor, Helix, sure. Once you resolve Proctor, they can't kill it or anything in response to it, to the Lotus Field coming into play. So yeah, the channel lands are all insanely good. All insanely good. Iteration, sure. So they have a little more draw power than us because they're Jeskai. You find a Narset. We're going to sense of a crap out of this one. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Get off my plate.
Get the hell out of here. Now we can resolve our Narset. I mean, obviously we draw Lotus Field the turn after we played our Stern Proctor. That figures. Let's Narset. Maybe we'll hit Stifle.
My prowess is unmatched. Meditate.
Charm, Purge, Wrath. All right, pretty easy Charm, obviously. All right, we're not playing Lotus Field. I want to have Charm up, so play this on blue and bash him Shark. And now we're in a pretty good spot. We've resolved Narset. We have Counterspell up. They do have Helix in their decks. So they can target the Narset with the Helix, but it's gotten its value. I think we're in pretty good shape. Shock in the Foundry. And play Divine Purge. This exiles all creatures and artifacts mana value 3 or less. So goodbye, Shark. Goodbye, Shark. No problem. Let's end Planeswalkers. Alright. We're not going to Archmage's Charm here. I want to keep the counter spell for later. So untap. Draw a land. Fire up Narset. Find a Memory Deluge or another Narset. Both are pretty good, honestly. We're going to take the Deluge, though. And we're going to Shock in a land, leave up Deluge and Charm. Or Big Shark. Archmage's Charm, end step, draw 2. That's fine. Or 1. Just kidding. Or 1. Alright, end step Deluge. You're way ahead now. Way ahead. We find another Deluge, Lotus Field, and some other lands. They're all tap lands, though. I think I like farmland. Another Hall's not that bad either, honestly. Yeah, sure, whatever. Alright, and then we're going to hold it, keep our counterspell in our hand. We have enough cards in our hand right now. And now we have a lot of cards. We want to leave up Charm Deluge again. I'm not going to play Lotus Field. Lotus Field sacrifices 2 lands. It's pretty awkward, honestly, at this stage of the game. So let's play Hall and say go. Same turn as last turn. Worked well last turn. It'll work well again this turn also. What's up, Batto? How's it going, my friend? Kamigawa Bronze Mythic will start probably Tuesday of not next week, but the Tuesday after. Alright, So, no, I agree that they didn't get past it bunk. They just want to draw cards. So, instead Deluge again. And again, we don't mind discarding the hand size because we have these stupid Divine Purges. So, Hullbreaker Horror can be countered now. It is the nerfed version, but another Archmage's Charm. Man, we are really slaying right now. Play a Beach. Just going to say go. You can discard a Divine Purge to hand size. Not a problem. And now we have 3, 6, 7. We have Hullbreaker Horror and 2 mana up. So we're not going to play Horror with only 2 up. Gonna cycle a big shark here, I think. I might make a big shark that can steal it. I can always kill it or steal it back, though. I don't think there's a card draw spell I can cast that I'm like super upset about. So I'm just gonna make a big shark. It's 5, 6, 7. Not sure about shark sizing in a mirror because I haven't played any mirrors yet. Like, you want to keep it smaller. Sure, they're gonna steal. That's fine. So we can steal it back, or just kill it. Honestly, you can commit it. We can purge it. You know, like casting purge here is totally fine. We're ahead on cards and mana and have Narset in play. There's no reason for us to be fancy with actual anything. So 3, 6. I want to leave a commit and I want to leave up a Charm and Hullbreaker Horror. So play on tap land here and say go. If I had to choose right now, I'll probably play Auras tomorrow. But want to try this deck out. Nice Control Mirror to get your Randy in the morning. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Game. Blouses.
Nice Control Mirror in the morning. So they seem like they're Jeskai and not playing the whole Strict Proctor Lotus Field thingy. So ideally we can have a mana advantage, but we'll see if that happens or not. Cut up the Purges, cut the Wraths. Faithful Absence is fine. Proctor's fine. We're going to want these Vetoes, a Narset, Test of Talents. Don't want any other white cards. Doesn't look like it. Pretty easy sideboarding. All right. Rock and roll. I guess we are, I guess we're a little soft to a shark. We have our own sharks. Commit. Let's go. Vlad says, do I ever talk to people in real life conversation? Do you mean, do I have any human interaction at all in my life? Is that what you mean? Is that what you're asking? Maybe it's very unplayable up to an I think it's fine in Control Mirrors, but... Alright, it's unfortunate this is a 2-lander, but Lotus Field makes it unkeepable. Opponent mulligan also, so... Get a mulligan. Fountain, Censor... Alright, we can keep this and bin discontinuity. We can draw some lands, but we have Censor to draw land, possibly. I'll be playing Auras later in the stream. I want to work on my deck also, so... I double qualify. This is actually for the next one. This is for the next, I'm going to shock here. For the next qualifier for New Capenna. So. Alright, so Beach. Even though Center seems pretty good here, we just need to, like, draw lands. So we're going to cycle this. Sure. And now, I mean, we can resolve Proctor safely. We're going to resolve it. If they have a Narset, we can at least attack it and like peck away at it, which is pretty important. So that's like the worst thing that happens this turn is Narset, and Proctor deals with that. They kill Proctor. We ain't doing anything with it right now anyway. So kind of a weird card because it just like sits there. All right, draw Charm, sure. It's pretty good. So with Deluge and Charms in hand, no reason to cast Narset here and get vetoed or something like that. I'm not going to allow them to untap and cast something. We have something in play right now. Even if it's a small thing, it's still a thing in play, which is important. I'm going to try and draw 2 here. I want to keep 1. It's weird because like this is like one of the few real counter spells in the deck. We have like vetoes and stuff post board, so it's always important in control decks to try and keep tabs on your actual hard counters in a control mirror, because you need to have enough to actually counter their important spells. Alright, so untap. You would love to draw a Lotus Field here, I'm not going to lie. Lotus Field would be a phenomenal draw at any point. Alright, so land go here. We have Deluge up, which is awesome. Alright, so Snap Deluge. Resolves. Wow. And unfortunately, no lands. But this is kind of a land. So, Shark, Typhoon, and Disruption plays for me. Again, looking for a Lotus Field. Not finding it. We send Proctor in, and they have a Shark Typhoon. We actually just lose it. I think I'm done attacking for the moment. Just going to play this as a land. Just going to say go. It's cool also because Discontinuity can just counter Shark Typhoon. Because they go end step Shark. You pay 2 mana, end the turn. It removes both triggers from a stack. So it's sort of just like a counter spell for it, which is kind of cool. So we'll say go here. No attacks. I suppose if I attack and they were to Shark Typhoon, I could just do Discontinuity right then and there. So actually, it might be right to attack there. But we have Veto and S talents up as well, so we're kind of like rolled up right now. We need to draw some lands, but all right, so Shark Typhoon for 3. We're going to Discontinuity. So now, goodbye. Turn's over. Just kidding. Just kidding. Def 1 to draw some lands. All right, land? That's not a land. All right, this time we're going to attack. I should have attacked last turn, honestly. And then I guess we're going to say go. We could play Narset and try and resolve it, but even if we like Narset, they counter it, we counter back and resolve a Narset. They can resolve like it's a fairy or something really nasty, so we're just going to chill. Unfortunately, we're in the spot of missing land drops and control mirrors. Not a good place to be, but we have more cards. We have a board. We have Shark Typhoon, so Iteration is an advantage they have over us because they have a good 2-mana card draw spell because they're playing red, but they're in Iteration again. Jeez. Alright, well, now they're back up on cards, but whatever. We don't counter card draw spells here. That's not how we do things. Looking to make Shark. Alright, so pretty good. They just drew 4 cards, but we make a Shark. Keep the ball rolling. 3/3 Shark is not ideal if they still have Helix in their deck, but we draw a Lotus Field, please. Oh, there it is.
Bingo!
Alright, so we're sending these 2. And now because we're going to stack 2 lands, or I'm sorry, we're not going to stack 2 lands. We're going to play, I'm just going to keep the trigger. So we want to play, I'll play Narset here or no? Is it a good Narset turn? We'll have Veto up. I think we're just going to wait. Because next turn we're going to have Veto and a bunch of other stuff up also. With Narset and a bunch of mana too for Lotus Field. So Lotus Field, I'm not going to pay 2. So we'll decline. Counter trigger. Field's in play. And now we're just like rolled up with threats in play and cards in hand and spells and everything else. So looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Iteration number 3. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we just jumped up on mana. They were ahead by like what? They were ahead by 2 mana right now. And now we're right back to even. 3, 6, 7, 8. They play a land. We're back to even, which is great. They're up a little on cards. Here's a Narset. That's not going to resolve. Narset Parter of Veils. What counterspell do we want to use? We veto, kind of like veto for future streets, honestly. We can use Archmage's Charm here. They try and counter back, and we test talents. I actually like that better. And say veto for like a Teferi turn. Let's see what they do here. Veto held more value later, I think. This is not the most important counter war, and we can win it. We can win it anyway. So, and I almost want them to fight back here, so I can resolve a Teferi or Narset. Resolving Teferi with a Lotus Field in play. All right, we got him. This Mystical Dispute. That's pretty good. If they have another test or whatever dispute here, they can get us. But we have attackers anyway, so sure. I'm gonna counter the Mystical Dispute. Test talents. Also, see their hand now too, which is pretty huge. So, all right, this is their hand. They have Veto, Deluge, and lands. They've got 2 Nezahals, 4 Teferi. Sure. Yeah, they're pretty dead. They're pretty dead here. Nezahal is kind of annoying, but honestly, this can counter Nezahal, which is kind of cool. So they have Veto mana up, but I don't think we care. We just cast Narset. They play Teferi when they counter it. else.
I know 88 ways to get the
88 ways. Give me another veto here, and I think this game is. Just about done here. We're not playing Teferi now into their vetoes. We'll play Vander since they go. And now you have veto discontinuity versus and a board versus their counterspells and nothing.
Love your content. Good, sir.
Stumblemuse, resub, thanks so much, appreciate it. I will suggest you all go to my YouTube at some point. I've been working on these edited videos, and they're not doing that well, honestly. I'm not sure I'm going to do them anymore. Heavily edited video, down a 10-minute YouTube kind of style video. Please go watch it. It's about me being Mythic #1 versus #2. Super fun. Not going to lie, a little disappointed in the numbers. Alright, they can resolve a Deluge if I were to Vantress here, but I don't think I care. So I have Vantress, they Deluge, so a bunch of mana up, they have double veto, I have Teferi. We're just winning on board anyway. We're not going to counter this thing regardless, I don't think. So I'm just going to do this. Like, they're going to resolve this thing regardless. So, another veto. I don't want this. I guess, sure. I should let it resolve, sure. Alright, we're going to Narset again. See what's up. Archmage's Charm, cool. Land, cool. Just send it. Hand's pretty good. I had no real reason to do anything. We'll see. I might actually just veto this Deluge now. Usually I don't counter the card draw spells in a control mirror, but I just have so much resources that like don't want to get back into the game. With 3 vetoes, like vetoes aren't really used in counter wars because they have their own vetoes, so it's kind of like counter your spell, one shot, get it done. We're also about to win the game, so however overrated winning the game is, you know. Think I like. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can just draw here. I mean, scry here. Scry with veto still up. Shark Typhoon and Haul. Jeez. You know, both of these, I guess. Just too good. Just too good. Haul's pretty awesome also, but send him the clowns. Pretty dominating control mirror here, I'm not gonna lie. And just say go. They're gonna Deluge again, we're gonna counter it again. I could have used discontinuity here too, but they can counter back if they want to, you know. Alright, veto. We got a board. And I know this Proctor didn't do much this game, such as Lotus Field, but he got him for like 8 damage. You know, an early creature in a control mirror is kind of a big deal, actually. Alright, and scoop it up. 8 takes down 6. 8 takes down 6, and now we're number 7. Couldn't overtake them, though. Couldn't overtake them. And, sweet. A rematch! A rematch, sure. Bring it on. Bring it on. Let's go. Chat was asking about Kamigawa Neon Dynasty stuff. I was letting them know. Oh my god, we have the nuts. We have the nuts. What you always get from me. What you always get from me. Set reviews. We're going to Vantress. You always get a set review. You always get 10 new brews. You always get Bronze Mythic. Oh my god. Just the nuts. Full control. Make sure this works. This is like unfair. Like, actually, like we have one Stifle on our deck. It's such a frustrating nut draw, but your control deck having a nut draw is a pretty powerful thing to have access to. You know. All right, it's the same deck. Just same deck. We could actually attempt discontinuity and another Lotus Field. Which is kind of cute. But we're just going to have Deluge up. So we're just going to play a tap land here and Deluge on the end step. Azcanta is very good in control mirrors, absolutely. But I think we'll be able to raw power through it. Baby Shark. The nerf to Hullbreaker Horror is such a big deal. Being uncounterable in a matchup like this is so sick. It's probably just a deck, honestly. This is again, Gregor Kowalski's deck list. Everyone. Fire up a Deluge. Deluge is especially good in this deck also because you make so much mana, so flashing it back is super easy. Barely an inconvenience. We want Teferi for sure. And then we want... We have enough lands, I think. I think it's discontinuity. We're going to attempt Lotus Field discontinuity. And we have Archmage's Charm to back it up. So... Alright, so we're going to play full control. Play Lotus Field. Trigger a stack. Play discontinuity. And see what they want to do here. They're going to Deluge in response. Okay. We can counter this. We could actually discontinuity again here. And that would leave us tapped out for the turn. We have Teferi to tuck their Teferi if they cast a Teferi. And it would also counter their Deluge, which is pretty important. Also, we can also just Archmage's Charm here, too. Again, I don't like countering card draw spells, but I think that because we're going to be tapped out this turn, it's like kind of a big deal. Discontinuity is very good, though, with the Lotus Fields. I'm going to counter with Charm here. Again, we're going to be shields down for a turn. But we have the mana advantage and the Teferi to tuck their Teferi if they have a Teferi here. Teferi is the worst thing they can do to us here. Maybe Narset's also bad too. But like... That is true. Just discontinuity also exiles Deluge. Which is very, very true. That's definitely a very, very reasonable thing. But they have to get there too. Now we have such a sick mana advantage that we have 3, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 mana. We can Teferi and counterspell backup and untap. It's pretty insane. Pretty insane. Let's play Teferi. Need to have double counterspell here. They do not. Draw. We're gonna make a red.
Let's skip to the good part.
Alright, we draw land. We can, like, end step, float mana, cast Archmage's Charm. Or just untap 2 lands. I'm just untap 2 lands, I think. I'm not going to bother being super cute about it. Alright, so end turn. Thanks, Green Boys. Appreciate it. Right, Baneful Absence targeting Teferi. I mean, keeping Teferi in play is pretty nice. Honestly, this is just card advantage too, though. I think this is fine. We've already drawn a card off of it. Now I have a clue in play and a bunch of mana up also. I think this is fine. Get our clue, untap our lands. It's funny, actually, now I should have probably stopped and used the mana for the clue, maybe, but... Can I float here? Like, right now we're ahead on mana and cards. So just keep our shields up. You know, we have double counterspell, time stop, flashback deluge, and a threat. And we're ahead by mana by 4. So, untap these things too. So, if I had set my stop properly, I probably would have floated mana from Lotus Field. And untap Lotus Field and crack the clue, but I didn't do that, so it's fine. And there's still a few turns off Search for Azcanta, so... And we just say go. We could actually, like, pop a discontinuity here, but they just counter it, so this is fine. Alright, so... Tap land. 7. Just gonna say go. So, we can, like, draw and Vantress here. We could Deluge with a counter, it kind of sucks, though. We don't really have a follow-up on our turn. So, I'm just going to get Vantress Deluge. Or Vantress Clue. Absence Beach. Bin both those. Draw off our Clue. Teferi's pretty good. That is pretty good. Alright, here we go. Teferi again. Let's tap these and use this, correct? Always want to tap your Lotus Fields first when you use Teferi to untap them. Draw a card. Could have tucked the search here, but then Teferi dies to the thing, so. Alright, and they're gonna flip this, but now we're so far ahead of mana, I don't think it matters. Now we have Hullbreaker Horror plus Archmage's Charm in the same turn also, which is pretty gross, so. We can even, like, honestly play Hullbreaker Horror and bounce the Azcanta, but that's kind of, like, a little much, I think, so. They're gonna absence again. They only have 2 cards left. Now, they do have Azcanta and Deluge, so they are kind of like going now. We can't Hullbreaker because we only have 4 mana here. So I think we're gonna try and keep this bad boy in play. I'm gonna counter here. We're untapping the lands regardless, so even if they counter back here, we still get to untap with our mana up. So counter that, untap 2. Now we have 7 mana up. They flip Azcanta, which kind of sucks, honestly. It's not ideal, but we're so far ahead on mana, but I don't think it matters. And we're going to Hullbreaker Horror with backup real soon. Would I consider placing Hullbreaker? I don't know if I would, honestly. I'm just, it's just not as good as it was. It's still fine, I think. We have Shark.
I'm not going to win this.
Alright, and we're going to Deluge. Red iteration, sure. So land, pretty good. And turn, I'm gonna go blue, 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 Deluge. I'm going to try a Fateful Absence my Teferi again. Alright, I'm going to Charm here and keep Teferi in play. Counter it again. Deluge. More counter spells, please. Lotus Field, Hall, Censor. Censor, like, could play in theory. Everything else here is pretty terrible, so I'm just going to take these 2. Untap, we draw Wrath of God. Let's draw it to Teferi. Shark Typhoon, that's pretty good also. We have Horror plus a spell if we want it. Not a cheap spell though, honestly. We're playing Hall here. We're about to untap 2 lands also. I could just play Hullbreaker. Just like freaking cast it. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast it. See what happens. Here it is. Hullbreaker Horror. Alright, we're gonna play. We're gonna have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana available. That's enough for discontinuity and censor too, so it's fine, I think. Alright, so I activate Azcanta end step. We could discontinuity here, but we're not going to. Obviously, we don't tap our lands either, so they got Azcanta going, which is pretty good. I think our advantage right now is too much to handle though. Archmage's Charm, sure. Untap 2 lands. Play iteration. Now we could fire up a discontinuity here. They would probably need to counter it. This might also open up censor as a possibility too. I think I kind of like this actually. And then we'll bounce this. We also have censor just to bounce a spell too, which is pretty insane. Thanks, Coco. Appreciate it. Tell your friends. Spent a lot of time editing that video, and the views are not what I'd like it to be, honestly. So, editing takes a long time, so you need to get a lot of views to be worth it. So, Archmage's Charm to counter that. We can, like, censor here, honestly, and return the charm. I actually could return discontinuity with my hand, honestly. I think we're going to play Censor on the charm and bounce discontinuity. Bouncing charm isn't doing anything. They've recast it, so censor this. Oh, so you don't control? Huh. I never actually cast this card before. Sure, then I'll bounce the... I guess I'll bounce the iteration then. Make it awkward for them, because they can't... Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. Sure, I'll bounce the iteration. Bouncing charm isn't doing it anymore, so... Oh, yeah, it does. Let's cast it again. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, so, whatever. Looks pretty good to me. Unless they have answered the Hullbreaker Horror right now, they're pretty freaking dead. They're almost dead on board. We have 14 damage coming across. Shark Typhoon, yada, yada, yada. Thanks, Knight. Yeah, we had censored the... Yeah, I think the right play there is censor iteration and bounce Archmage's Charm. That's correct. I just didn't know I couldn't target my own stuff. So, that's how we're playing the games, folks. Never played the deck before. Same sideboarding. Purge and Rats are out. Looks pretty clear. Looking forward to Philly. Yeah, it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. Cool. Let it ride. Not to bounce if you don't want to. Why would you ever not bounce their spells? Just make them cast it again, you know? They did have 2 Neza Hall post board, but you can figure it out. Just doing sealed? No, I'm playing the modern event on Saturday. I might play Legacy on Sunday. Me and Nicole might go home on Saturday night just for Super Bowl. We haven't decided yet. Oh, that's a hand. Jeez. All right, so we're gonna mulligan. I mean, I guess. Like, it's not good, but sure, I guess. Not going to 5 here. Just lands. That is a land, technically. Alright, well. We have Lotus Field discontinuity. So. Thanks, Jenda. Appreciate it. Oh, we do Stifle. So, we play Stifle here, and they counter it. I still get the Lotus Field. So, sure. Float a mana for Censor. So that doesn't actually matter, I guess, but whatever. They're going to counterspell here, but we still got our Lotus Field. We got to make a land drop anyway, so... Even if they counter this, we still have to make our 3rd land drop, basically. Sure, it's fine. So, it's honestly, you just turn Stifle into a Duress, and then Lotus Field into a tap land. You know? So, this is all fine. Sack these 2. And now you have enough mana for Archmage's Charm next turn. Want to use this discontinuity later. Stifle's main purpose is to do the Lotus Field thing, so... They even arse it, so we get punished. But... like to draw a land here and cast Deluge. On our mulligan hand, obviously we got to go for it because our hand's pretty bad. So that's not bad. Alright, so we draw land. Resolve a Deluge. Plays through an Arset, obviously. Mystical Dispute. That's one card that they have that we don't. They have 3 disputes. We have 0, which is kind of weird, honestly. Kind of weird.
Meditate and prepare.
Not sure why there's no disputes in this deck. Probably going to game 3 here. Mulligan into a pretty bad hand. Our opponent's pretty good hand. Yeah, we're going to concede. They have Charm. We draw a land for Teferi. We'll try and suck the Dirt Teferi, but they have a counterspell here we just lose anyway. And we have to draw a land too. We drew a land. Alright. We'll try it. Does resolve. So you're telling me there's a chance. Suck their Teferi. Doi says, hey Jim, YouTuber here watching YouTube for a few sets now, catching you on Twitch. Appreciate the content. First time chatters. You're all great. Thanks so much. Iteration, sure. Love my YouTube folks. Love my YouTube folks. The YouTube comment of the day is, we're great, because you're a YouTube folk, and you're great. So your YouTube comment of the day is great. Alright, we draw Dovin's Veto. Alright, I mean, now we have Lotus Field Teferi, and we, like, kind of have a chance this game. They still have Narset in play, which is a huge pain in the ass, but 3, 6, 7. Yeah, we can't really Deluge, unfortunately. Let's just draw off Teferi and see what... Draw a lander, we can Deluge on tap.
time for a break.
Oh, right, it's Fairy. All right, Narset. I haven't played a Control Bear in a long time. Obviously, we're plussing anyway, but Archmage's Charm, Discontinuity. Yeah, we're kind of stuck here. We're kind of just stuck. Can't really do much. It's always right to float the mana. Oh, they have 3 Archmage's Charm available. I should have floated one of the mana. That's stupid. Wait, hold on. 3, 6. Oh, it had 3, 4. I punted. I was only thinking about untapping the Lotus Field and not the other 2 lands. I could have cast Deluge here with backup, right? We could have 3, 6, 7 mana with 2 mana up. Yeah, I screwed up. Okay, that's fun. We're learning, folks. We're learning. First time playing a deck. Haven't played Teferi in a while. I like Teferi. Me and Teferi go way back. Played lots of Teferi. Played lots of Teferi when it was in Standard. That's all the Primal Tide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So close. So close. I don't think we have any outs here, but you got me. All right, 7 mana to 5 effectively. Pretty good draw. So, for game 3, I feel a little interested in this 4th copy of Proctor, just as a way to get mana advantage better, and then just to attack their planeswalkers. What would I like to cut though? I don't particularly like Fateful Absence, honestly. Funny, Hullbreaker Horror is like kind of awkward. They can just like counter it or kill it or whatever. I'm gonna cut the Horror, I think. It's alright that one game, but it was mostly good because we had all the mana from Lotus Field. Without Lotus Field mana, it seems pretty bad, so. Oh, I don't want Deafening Silence. You don't know? Well, I mean, gotta have a reason, right? Very important to have reasons for your things, and I wonder where you bring it in. Probably as Phoenix, I would think. Oh, come on. You know how important making land drops in control decks is? The most important thing in Magic is to have a reason for your thoughts. Gotta be able to answer why you want to do that. I like the argument reason. It is a reason. I'd rather someone have a bad reason than no reason, you know? We're gonna mulligan. Just can't keep this 2 land. Oh shit. Wait, Spacebar keeps? Spacebar keeps, apparently. My name is Jim. Welcome to the stream. I made a hand motion because I'm Italian. Hit the spacebar by accident. Sure, whatever. Whatever. Alright, well, they mulligan to 6. As long as we draw a land, this hand's okay. We can cycle Shark Tip if we really have to. There we go, perfect. Better lucky than good. Better lucky than good. Our deck is full of lands. I mean, tons of lands, you know, like, so. Watching Jackass. I don't know if I'm going to see Jackass or not. Jackass is amusing, but it's a little weird, you know. It's been like they're like 50 years old now. All right, I'm going to cycle Shark Tip against Steps. It's pretty good. Try and find some more lands. We find land number 4. We're good to go here, I think. First few Jackass movies are pretty fun. Pretty funny. Occasionally gross, but pretty funny. Hey, Toots.
I made muffins.
Just card not to bother me.
Too late.
Here's his tail. Alright. Let's cycle. And we're going to... Alright, so draw a card. Need to draw a land here. Big turn for drawing a land. We don't draw a land here, we're in huge trouble. We do draw a land, we're great. That wasn't a land. That was a land. Let's do this. Alright, sweet. So now we play land, attack. I'm in it, so why watch it? Dude. Alright, so we're going to say go. Should I go Typhoon for 1? Sure. Don't need to discontinuity that one. Just the Baby Shark. Baby Shark. Since it's the last one, they went all out. Wasn't the last one the last one? Like... Didn't have like the big montage at the end of it, like, you know, the memories and stuff like that. It's always the last one. It's always a band's last tour. It's always a group's last movie. It's never the last movie. Till they're dead, it's never the last movie. You gotta keep milking it. You gotta go back to the well, you know. Cast Deluge. As long as there's money to make, it's never the last one, right? All right. It's probably just land here, honestly. gotta make these land drops. Hall of Storm Giants is pretty appealing. Even though it comes in tapped, I think it's still what we want to do this turn, so we go this and this. Cigarettes and Miller Lite ain't free. Okay, so draw discontinuity, sure. I mean, love a draw Lotus Field, but what are you gonna do? Shark on Shark Violence. Play Storm Giants. No, yes, play Storm Giants. So you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many more they can do. How many more times can Johnny Knoxville launch himself out of a cannon? He's like 60 years old. You know, like he's gonna break a hip bone or something like that. All right, so we have they have Search for Escanta. Ooh, Search for Escanta is really good. If we counter here, they counter back. I think that's still like okay. We don't have to play Teferi. I think that's fine. Mystical Dispute's the real bad card for us here. They just have disputes and we don't. But they can't resolve Narset if they have dispute. I'm gonna counter this. Attempt to counter. We'll see what happens. Resolves. Okay. They have Narset too. Okay. Having the Proctor here is huge. We can just poke the Narset. So we have a way to answer it, which is great. And now they have Veto. They don't have any lands. Now we have Teferi also, which is great. So this comes in tap. Important to note. So now we just have Teferi, untap. Don't actually, we can't draw Teferi. We should probably just tuck this, I guess, right? Yeah, we're Teferi tuck. So actually, we're going to play tap land too. So we'll we have 2 Teferis anyway, so I'm not going to draw because there's no point in drawing. Narset, tuck this. Ardenvale's also pretty sweet. Johnny Knoxville, also legally known as Philip John Clapp. There's no way Johnny Knoxville is Philip John Clapp. That's ridiculous. Nobody would actually have that name. Alright, so they're going to fire up Teferi. They have Veto available as well. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Untap 2. Shark Typhoon's a great draw. A wonderful draw. Draw Lotus Field.
No time for a break.
No. Okay. It's funny, we could fire up the old Hall here and just kill her Teferi. That's pretty good. Although we're a mana short of casting spells, though, unfortunately. I'm gonna just I'm just gonna attack Teferi for 1 and say go. We could fire up the Hall and kill Teferi here, but then they have free reign on their turn. It's a Neza Hall turn. I have discontinuity, which is pretty good. So I have Shark Typhoon also and Ardenvale.
Enough.
With 1 more mana, I would have hauled. So I still have Charm up, but draw, sure.
You know what? I'm not done.
Like if we're here with dueling Teferis, I think this favors me. I have Shark Typhoon. I have Lotus Field to draw. I'm gonna cast a Narset. All right, let's start. I think Narset's actually fine because we're gonna Shark Typhoon anyway. If I try and counter, they can just veto anyway, so this is fine. Sure. The fear is that I make it a shark and then they steal it with Archmage's Charm.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Fateful Absence. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good draw. Alright. I think it's untap 2. Interesting. Interesting. They have Archmage's Charm here. It's pretty freaking bad for us. Could just make a soldier. Doesn't actually kill the Narset though. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm just crank it. Go steal it back. You know, in theory. So we're gonna absence the token. Cool. We draw Veto. They untap 2. We also have this freaking Hall of the Storm Giants too, you know? Maybe we just fire up Hall and go after Narset and start drawing cards again, honestly. Get to untap our land. We draw a land up to Teferi, and we'll have our other stuff up too. And we triple discontinuity. It's so gross. They also have their own hall, which is a thing, but we can leave the Proctor home to block the hall if they want to go for hall. I don't think attacking Teferi for 1 really matters, so I kind of like this, actually. Kill Narset. Draw Teferi. Really hope we draw land here. Lotus Field will be insane, but any land's fine.
Keep up the pace.
Alright, awesome. So pay 2 life. Untap 2. And now we have our own counter. They obviously have their own counter spells too, but, you know, whatever, it's fine. They draw.
Let's skip to the good part.
We're also at the point where now we can tuck their Teferi with our Teferi. Or we can Hall Storm Giants it as well. They play Nezahal, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. We are going to draw in response. We can tuck that with Teferi, which isn't that big of a deal. And play a new Teferi. I think they have veto though. Yeah, we're gonna draw here. There's Lotus Field. If they have a way to untap and kill Teferi here, it could be pretty disgusting. They don't, thank God. Alright, so definitely tucking Nezahal. That's like pretty easy. We can tuck Nezahal, attack their Teferi. That's pretty insane. Let's tuck this.
It's only a matter of time. Let me know if you're up for round 2.
They want to discard 3? Oh man, if we stifle that, that'd be so insane. It's funny, we could discontinuity make it go away forever, but we can't play a land or do anything else. I probably should have played a land first, maybe. Discard 3, exile Nezahal, return to the battlefield tapped when it's under control, being the next end step. This is so interesting. I could also... Oh, hold on. I can just discontinuity the trigger that makes it come back. That's insane. Yeah, it's insane. This is insane for us. Alright, so... Now we just fire up the... We have enough mana? 2, 4, 6. We're actually 1 short of playing Lotus Field. And we also need discontinuity. Also, I actually can't haul the Storm Giants this turn. Which kind of sucks, actually. But I think it's alright. This is a tough spot. I'm starting to think here for a second. I don't have an untapped land anyway, so I can't kill Teferi and stop Nezahal. They have veto in hand. They can counter one of the discontinuities, but not both. I think we just... Yeah, we're trying to attack. Play another Proctor, play Lotus Field, and then just say go with multiple discontinuities up.
Stop that now.
Wait. Yeah, so I'll sack these 2 lands. So play Proctor. Play Lotus Field. And then we're going to play, and then we're just going to say go. And we're going to end the turn, so this will never come back. They're going to veto, we're going to do it again. Sick control mirrors, breh. Alright, so we'll do it again. Goodbye, turn. So they have 2 cards in hand at Teferi, and that's it. And I have a veto for something else also. And then I can fire up my my Hall next turn, try and attack this Teferi. We're also just poking at the Proctors too, which is kind of cool. So iteration, that's fine. We're not countering card draw spells, so we have draw with the Clue, also end step, pretty cool. Our own Teferi also. This is a cool card. This is a cool card. Very, very cool card to control mirrors. We're gonna do some really cool stuff with it. They tap the creature land. That is true. They cannot block and defend. That is true. Make sure we use they instead of he, please. Thank you. Another iteration. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Sure. What's up, Testify? What? I can't sing music on my stream. It's my TV show. I can say the music if I want to. All right, so they have drawn a lot of cards here. This is a draw 4, but shock. Like it's untap here, obviously. Yeah, never mind. Chat's trying to fool me. Chat's trying to fool me. All right, it's a drop. Untap that. Now we have a lot of mana. A lot of mana. Let's fire up Hall. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, a little shorter than that would have liked to have been, but thanks, Nash. See, they fire up their own land. I actually can't punish them with the fairy here, which kind of sucks, but pretty happy to trade create creature. If they have a shark typhoon here, it's kind of annoying, but all right, cool. Yeah, so not having untap land here, it just sucks. So I could just slam to fairy here and blow them out, but unfortunately we don't have untap land, which stinks a little. So we can't punish them, but still in a great spot, I think.
Let's skip to the good part.
They have drawn a lot of cards. They were at like 2 cards in, now they're at 5. But had a red, played Narset. Alright, we're not gonna let that one happen. Okay, commit. Put the veto there. Okay. Haven't drawn a card, but it's supposed to be cycle, so sure, you got us. Obviously, these proctors just attack the planeswalkers, which is great. So now they have memory up, but I have veto too. So
Hone your prowess.
yeah, rank decays. We decayed from like 3 to 8 over the last day or two. They had a shark typhoon. All right. Typhoon does block the proctors, unfortunately. Stifle. We can stifle the shark. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay. We will attack Narset, I guess. We gotta take this Narset down. Kamigawa cards I'm excited for. Well, it's lucky for you. My article goes up in about 10 minutes on CoolStuffInc.com with my love-hates for this set.
We finally caught the Rona, and now I am stuck here, living my life exactly how I usually do it.
This is overwhelming.
What's up, Fleeland? Alright, we can try for Teferi. How many vetoes have they cast? They have cast only 1 veto so far. It probably gets vetoed, though, honestly. We should just leave out Deluge and our tap land and stuff. I'm going to play this land, too. I want to have all the mana we could possibly have, I think. Right? 3, 4, 5, activate, 5 mana left over. Veto. I'll hold it. I can cycle it. I guess with Deluge in the bin, having mana advantage is pretty sweet, but I'm going to say go. So we have veto for memory if I try that with Narset. Yeah.
Hold that thought.
Pretty sick control mirror here, honestly. Play iteration. Yeah, it's annoying, but sure. Strict Proccers doing work. Just plunking away here. Plunking away. Rakdos Arcanist. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that deck. Just like kind of whatever, and then just bad against Graveyard Ape. Archmage's Charm. Okay. Gonna cast some draw 2. Sure. Making a token here to keep pressuring these planeswalkers. Pretty sweet. All right. Yeah, we're gonna just make a token and not cast Deluge. So then we're gonna cycle this farmland also. Let's start there. Test talents, pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, we blew them out. The Nezahal blowout was pretty insane, but they did draw like double iteration right after that. So they were able to get back cards immediately, which is pretty annoying. But draw the Deluge, sure. They have a Shark Typhoon. Pretty sure we just poke this for one and stifle the Shark Typhoon. Now let's make sure it dies. Let's do this. Stifling a shark is pretty cool, but. Alright, so we're going to stifle the token. They draw a card. We kill Narset, which is great. Let's unlock our cards, and just like go. We could try and punch through Teferi here. I actually don't hate that, because I'll still have Veto and Test Talents up. And if they have a Veto here, it sucks, but it like gets rid of it at least. No, because I want to make sure I make a token. So if I take counter spells, I'll make sure I make a token too. So just is fine. We'll just like go. I haven't cast a 4-mana Teferi Time Raveler, so 23 cards to our 32. They haven't had Teferi in play for about 100 turns. It's been a long time. Been a long time. Another iteration? Jesus. Maybe they'll just deck. Maybe they'll just deck, you know? Time means nothing to the fairy. Pass. End step, untap. Float a blue. Just gonna make a token here. I don't know if we cast Deluge. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 8 cards in hand. I don't think you bother casting Deluge. Let them discard a hand size. Keep these tokens going. Also, that would take our shields down. Also, they have a Shark Typhoon here. It's kind of annoying, but I can always just discontinuity. So, looking for Nezahal probably. Probably. And I can steal it too. That's pretty sweet. Also, discard a land. Sure. Teferi. It's pretty funny. Alright. Teferi is almost dead.
Not going to win this.
Just gonna say go. They're gonna cast Memory Deluge. Alright, we're gonna attempt discontinuity as it counters and exiles it. We're at the point now where Flashing Back Deluge is a real thing, so. Test Talent's Veto. You can search for the other vetoes, yes. Mage's Charm to counter discontinuity. I'm pretty happy to counter back here, and I think I want to test Talents. I guess testing the Deluge also worked. Alright, so they're going to Veto, test Talents. That was awesome. And now we're back to Charm, countering discontinuity. Emptying the clip here a little bit, but I like Veto. I think we're gonna just cast the Archmage's Charm. I mean, it's just nah. We really gotta exile this, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try Charming. I still have Veto, so.
Top 5 Neon Dynasty cards for Modern?
What's up, Joe? I'm not sure. I haven't thought about Neon Dynasty in the context of Modern yet. The pitch cards are probably reasonable. The equipment cards are kind of cool. Alright, so they have 5 cards to R3. They have Teferi, but we can kill Teferi. And they don't really have a great answer to all my creatures in play. I'm sure they boarded their Wraths out, so. Just having a few random guys in play is pretty awesome. They play Nezahal. They have 21 cards left. Do we want a Deluge here and tap out? This is on 3. I think we do. Hey, Beseju is actually on my hate list for my love-hate article today. Another veto, and a Lotus Field. Okay. We got some work to do. They, tucking Nezahal is a thing that could happen. Alright, I mean, what are we gonna do? Maybe we blew our... Maybe we shouldn't have cast Discontinuity. We should have saved it for Nezahal, probably. They've cast 2 vetoes so far? That's pretty good. I mean, they have disputes also. It's kind of hard for them to have that many vetoes. Alright, sweet. We're going to attempt to tuck this. What a freaking control mirror. Jesus. Just gonna let it happen? Okay. Attack. All for Teferi. We finally killed Teferi here. Our clock is a little low, yes. Shark for X equals 2. That is fine. So we trade to fairies.
This is hardly my worst.
So you go. Cycle, that's 6. The cycle brings him to Nezahal. That's pretty gross. They were able to draw 2 cards. Try it again.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Same sequence. I haven't drawn many Shark Typhoons this match, honestly. So it's good. He's run 2, I guess, but... And... Make a token. Deluge. I already cast all of my discontinuities. Shit. That sucks. Alright. Now I might be in trouble. Oh, actually, Nezahal is not a May. Holy shit. That's awesome. Maybe we can just deck them. Narset Teferi, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Narset will actually help them not deck, which is pretty cute. 4 minutes left, huh? They have memory, but I have veto for memory, so it's fine. As long as I have veto for memory, they can still deck.
Present and future. I have just the trick for this.
It's funny how Narset is like almost an active detriment. It's like, there's an argument that maybe I shouldn't have cast it, honestly. But finding sharks is pretty good. It's a fairy. I have to let it resolve. I can't let them cast memory because this is my best chance to win. So. I mean, Nezahal doesn't really beat Castle Ardenvale. That's why I hated this card in Standard. As long as I have Veto for memory, I think we can beat them by decking. That's awesome. Love it. Stoked. Stoked. Now there our win con's back on.
No time for a break.
As long as I hold Veto for memory, I think we still win this game. I got to play a little faster, obviously, because we have 4 minutes left. But Teferi Ultimate. I mean, I have creatures in play. It's fun. No blocks this time. Cool. Cool. Some 5. God, this is a hard game.
No more games.
Draw more cards, please do. Please do. 8 cards left. I love this isn't a May.
Hold that thought.
Sure. World's longest game. It's a long one. Take 7 here. I mean, if they have like 2 helixes in their deck, I guess we're gonna lose. But could let back 1 token maybe. That's probably why I still have a shark. I think we're favored right now, despite them having 1,000 cards in hand and Nezahal and Teferi. They have 6 cards in their deck, and as long as we have Veto for memory, you can't counter Veto, obviously. So. The fact that they're slowing down so much is, I think, is them realizing that they're going to lose. Keep them off ultimate. Don't die to Nezahal. Might have boarded out their helixes. They probably boarded out helixes. They haven't cast one the entire game, and we've had low loyalty planeswalkers, so we can obviously veto a helix if we have to. We do have 2 vetoes, so if we were at 3, I'd be a lot unhappier, but 4 is tenable, which is why I wasn't, super too sad about going for the attack there. This is their end step. I will draw. Because Navi's all just stay home on defense, I'm pretty sure. Can't play Narset because they're going to not draw cards, so. Shark Typhoon and cast that again. Five cards left. Mystical Dispute. Pay for it. As long as I had double veto up, I'm pretty happy. Mystical Dispute. I'm not paying for this one. And we're going to leave things back to block sharks. I think we poke Teferi for 1. If they have a shark, it's bad though. I'm just gonna say go. Four cards left. Yeah, I mean, keeping Teferi unable to tuck is important, I think. Because it's one less blocker, but not worth attacking into. They could have a shark also, so. They have 3 cards left. Just gotta make sure they don't die. And also, it's like, once they get down to a low enough cards, we can start casting spells and just make them deck on the spot, so. They have 3 cards left. Oh, it's behind the thing, sorry. Hard cast their own Shark Typhoon? Sure. I think that's fine. It's not going to win the game fast enough. Their own Teferi. Sure.
Right on schedule.
Can we Narset, hold control, and veto twice to win? Yeah, we'll see what happens for our turn. They're gonna tuck their own Nezahal. That's a thing. Yeah. They have 4 cards now. Still fine, I think. Like. Thanks for the resub. Okay. That's Fairy. Tuck Shark.
Let's take it back a step.
I don't want to kill Fairies. I want them to draw cards actively, so. Just say go. 3 cards left. Our clock's a little low, so. This can tuck again. I think we're going to veto this. Maybe I should have vetoed the first one, honestly, but. We got to save 1 for memory. This tucks again, and now they have a 5/5 also, so. That's fine.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil of reality are lost.
Memory. 3 cards left. We have 3 flying blockers. Four flying blockers. That's sick, actually. Should I take the veto, maybe? Maybe I should take the veto, actually. I don't know. Under a minute here, so we gotta just really play it fast. 2 cards left.
Meditate and prepare.
One card left. Shift enters F6. Goes right now. That's what I'm talking about. Whew. Don't play me in a control mirror. You don't want to play me in a control mirror, all right? I don't care who you are. You don't play me in a control mirror. Whew. Whew. Nice Nezahal. Nice Nezahal. If they had two commits memories, we would have lost. I should have taken the veto off of that the dig through time. Obviously, if I had more time, I could like cast my other deluges as well. But yeah, I don't like Nezahal. I don't like Nezahal very much. Doesn't seem very good to me. Like it's just like discontinuity. You can tuck it. It's like a liability later in the game. That was sweet. That was sweet. Well, YouTube folks, this has now been a hour and 20-minute 2-match video, so we're gonna stop it there. It's gonna be Control Mirror Primer. So I love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Deck seems good. Deck seems we're gonna be streaming obviously, but that was a pretty long set of games there on the old control. Let's take a quick peek real fast. Deck seems good. Deck does seem very good. I do like control decks. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a pretty big fan of Teferi and Friends. But deck's sweet. Deck's sweet. I'm not sure about Hullbreaker Horror. Kind of like a nice like out I have to random stuff I suppose. But how many lands is this? This is 25. It's only 26 lands. Seems a little light to me. Seems a little light. Gucci, new sub. What's your name? Thanks so much. But yeah, super sweet. Super sweet. So I'm going to keep playing on stream, but YouTube folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the Control High Mythic Mirror. All right. Love y'all.